Dan Larson here, and I'm at the photo booth with a stack of comics, actually multiple stacks of comics here. It would have been one stack if I just put it all together, but then it wouldn't have fit in the frame here. But I grabbed a bunch of toy-related comics recently from a quarter bin, this particular stack, in the front. And I could have sworn that I had more toy-related comics in my collection already. Not that this isn't a lot. It's like I've got a bunch of, this is vintage. Well, you know what, let's go through this stack first here. There was Dino Riders and Robotech, The New Generation from Comico. We've got Visionaries issue... Oh, Visionaries issue 1. I didn't even notice it was issue 1. Visionaries issue 3. How am I supposed to know what happens in issue 2? Shogun Warriors from back in the day. Another Shogun Warriors. I don't see any Guy King here. I don't know if Guy King's actually on that team. If it's just Raideen, Combattler V, and Charity. We got some Thundercats and some A Sectors, A Thundercats. But, it's like, so these are all like the vintage ones. I've got, this is old school, 80s Transformers stuff. And then, my point is, I really thought I had more of the classic stuff. I thought I had more of this. Transformers, we've got, Crystar, Micronauts, Mask, over here. I mean, this, I thought I had more of this kind of stuff, but this is the stuff that these are Mask is DC. Marvel did a lot of stuff under their Star Comics imprint, although these are all Marvel proper. But it's the stuff they used to put out back in the 80s when they were marketing all these toy lines and stuff, like Mask and Sectors. Honestly, I never really thought much of the comics themselves. I never thought they were that great. I never cared for the art for the most part. This ain't bad, but I didn't have that one back in the day. There wasn't a lot of coordination between the books and the cartoons, so the plots in one had nothing to do with the plots in the other. Maybe it makes sense that I don't have more. I'm talking myself out of it now. Like, it's starting to make sense that I didn't have a bigger collection. But, it's really the covers that would sell me. I mean, this is a classic Transformers cover. I have no idea what happens in this book. I'm 100% positive I've never actually read it, but that cover is just amazing. And it just, there's some good artists here. There's some good work. This is Mark Teixeira. This is Charles Vess. What is Charles Vess doing on a Transformers cover? But I just don't feel like, and you can tell Charles Vess is he's big into the knights, not so much into the giant robots. But I just, this isn't the same. This, they want to sell you that book. This, they're like, maybe they'll buy it. But, it's the covers that would sell me. Like I said, not so much the specific characters. Like this cover's not going to sell me a book. This cover would. This cover would. This cover would. But, the covers is probably why I have so much G.I. Joe stuff here. This whole stack. This whole stack here is G.I. Joe. Everybody knows this, the silent issue. Mike Zeck. Well, that's not Mike Zeck. Mike Zeck was rolling out all these covers back in the day. And, he's the real reason why... Oh, God, look at that thing. He's the real reason I'm into comics at all. He's probably... He's one of my favorite artists of all time, by far. And he was doing all these covers. He's probably single-handedly responsible for me getting into comics as a kid. That and specifically... G.I. Joe. G.I. Joe was the first time I realized that comics could have an ongoing story that continued from issue to issue, and you didn't necessarily have to start from scratch every month, like there'd be the little recap at the beginning. Maybe this one doesn't have one. But, sometimes there's the recap, and as a kid I didn't realize that it went from, each issue continued the story. It was also the first time I realized that, comics came out every month. At the time, you'd see like a spinner rack somewhere at the grocery store or whatever, and you'd be like, let's see if there's something new. You're a kid, you don't remember when the last time you were actually at the grocery store was. A week ago, a month ago, 6 months ago. So you're not sure if there's any new comics out or anything. But yeah, G.I. Joe, I mean, this is one of my all-time favorite covers, the G.I. Joe book G.I. Joe yearbook number 2, and of course G.I. Joe yearbook number 1. These actually both have pretty good art and stuff in them. There's a whole set of, I was surprised to find, I didn't know. I was pretty sure I had all 12 issues of Secret Wars, and I do. That's good. This over here, we've got, these are just, some more of the modern sort of books. Obviously, I picked these up because of the action figure covers. Oh man, these here. So we got Modern Thundercats with the Art Adams cover. If you've never ever seen this, Dreamweave, I think is the name of the studio. Dreamweave Productions. If you've never seen this Transformers G.I. Joe crossover series, definitely check that one out. It takes place in World War II. It's pretty fantastic. We got Avengers, Transformers, the Dreamweave, not IDW, series. These two covers, again, I swear I don't even know if I've ever read these. I was just a big fan of the Pat Lee art at the time. The wraparound covers, all Megatron, or all Decepticons, all Autobots. I've got a lot. It's mostly G.I. Joe, Transformers. But anyway, I've got a whole long box easily full of just toy-related comics specifically. There's no surprise that comics and video games and toys and all that stuff overlaps pretty well. The Hasbro interactive universe that's coming out, I have some of those comics. But anyway, this is, I was just sorting through this stuff, pulled out, started grabbing toy-related comics, and I was like, let's see how many I have. And I guess this is most of it for now. Anyway, thanks for watching. Hit like. Make sure you subscribe if you aren't already a subscriber. Let me know in the comments below if you've got a collection of toy comics and what your favorites are. Anyway, thanks. Later.